in the committee room just now? Councillor Bandesi? Not. Councillor Malombo? Can anyone give me a shout that I can see if this PC is still working?
Yes, we can hear you, Speaker. Leon?
Dankie, Leon. Councillor Julia, it's there. Councillor Reiter,
Ek is daar, Speaker. Ja.
Dankie, Julia. Councillor Thabo Mvumvu.
Good morning, Speaker. Thank you, present.
Morning, Councillor. Raadslid Erika. Raadslid Erika Meyer.
Present, Speaker.
Dankie. Councillor Malombo, will you please mute your microphone? Thank you. Raadslid Kanna Meyer, deel van ons. Kamfer nog nie, Jansen nog nie. Raadslid Boysen, ek het nog jou stem gehoor hierso nie.
Teenwoordig, Speaker.
Dankie, Raadslid Boysen. Councillor Buddha, I've seen you yesterday, but not this morning. Ons is in elk geval 'n quorum, raadlede. Ons wag nog vir ons pastoor wat vir ons moet kom open. Ons raak maar 'n bietjie rustig asseblief.
Speaker, good morning. I'm also present, Deputy Meyer, and I see that Councillor Barney say that he's muted, that he can't access his speaker.
Yeah, I did hear him a while ago, so I did mark him as being here. Yes, sir.
Speaker, Councillor Jansen and Councillor Buddha are present in the Denpasar committee room.
Thank you very much.
Speaker, Councillor Kannemeyer also indicated that she's experiencing the same problem.
Thank you, maar yeah.
Speaker, Councillor Malombo is present.
Thank you, Councillor Malombo. Kannemeyer het 'n probleem as hy lyk my dan val in. Annie is nog nie.
Ek is weer reg, dankie Speaker.
Ek hoor jou, dankie Alderman. Wel, Annie, wil jy nie net
Speaker, can you hear me? Speaker? Speaker?
Peter, yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, Speaker.
I did mark you this morning because I've seen you just a while ago, so I knew you were here.
More Speaker. More Speaker.
Committee room, kan julle net mute asseblief? Dankie. Good morning. Is daarvoor, you can be seated right in line with me. Het hulle vir my gereël vir 'n
Pastor, I think you must come sit here. Like speak over this mic.
Yeah, they should have bring in a PC for you, but Mr. Prince will give you one to do the sermon. You can come sit on top with us.
No. Okay. You're welcome. Here.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Councillors, good morning. We're lucky this morning to have Apostle Sipo, and if I pronounce your name, please don't hit me. Sipo Menga Jalile. He's from the Godly Governance Network, and he will bring the sermon to us this morning. Apostle, we're very glad that you'll be here this morning with us, and the floor is yours. Thank you very much. Dat ek net gou stiller maak.
Yes, now you can just talk now. Oh, okay. Thank you this morning, Honorable Speaker and honorable members of the Council. Let me greet you in the name of my Lord Jesus Christ. I must say that it is honor for me to be invited into this important council to open it with the word of God. I'm gonna be quickly moving into the word without wasting more time. I want us to read, those who have the word of God with them. I'll be reading from the book of Isaiah, from verse 6 up to 7, 2 verses. It reads as follows: unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder. And his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And then 7, it says, of the increase of his government and peace, there will be no end. Upon the throne of David and over his kingdom, to order it and establish it with judgment and justice. From that time forward, even forever, the zeal of the Lord of hosts will perform this. Father, we give you honor, we give you all the glory, Lord. We thank you for the word that you have given to us this morning, a word, Father, that speaks to the church, that speaks to governance. Lord, as your word says, that we are really, really honored for the love of God that has been shown to all of us as humanity. And we are very grateful as we see that you are doing your work, performing your word, oh God, to ensure that every area of our life is influenced and also is assisted by you in terms of shaping our behaviors and our conduct. My Father, this morning your word says that the government shall be upon his shoulders. And we believe that we are the church, we are the children of God, we are the citizens of the kingdom of God before we are even citizens of South Africa. And we believe that our primary responsibility and purpose of God is to ensure that justice and righteousness manifest itself in every sphere of our life. And government, oh God, human government is a mandate that has been given to us by yourself, and that we should govern according to your own principles, according to your own laws, oh God. Father, we thank that this Council of Mossel Bay honors and respects you because it puts you first in ensuring that in its business, oh God, of taking decisions, for transformation of our communities and for developing our communities. It continues, Father God, to ensure that you lead and guide them, for you are wisdom. All knowledge and wisdom comes from you. Understanding issues of the communities, Father, they need your counseling, wonderful counselor. They need you, Father God, in ensuring that there's peace in our community, and you are the Prince of Peace. And Father, we thank you that as we open this council today, you will speak to us, you will speak to them, oh God, and you will ensure that, God Almighty, you give them that wisdom. We give you thanks, Lord. We give you all the honor. We bless you, oh God. Bless them and make them, God, to take decisions that are righteous and decisions that will take our communities forward. In Jesus' mighty name, we pray. Amen. That's it.
So, just one second. I'm very glad that you could have made it to Mossel Bay this morning. I've learned that you was up in the north and you flew down and it cost you a lot of money to bring the sermon to us this morning. And we're very grateful for what you brought to us. And for every time we open the Bible, we see and we read and I don't think we always think about what we read. You came this morning, you didn't give us the dough, you gave us the bread. Thank you very much for that. And some other time I will press on your button again to come and do your sermon with us. We enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And may God bless. Councillors, good morning once again. I made mention that Councillor Gous asked for permission not to be here this morning, and I wanted to please to take note of that. Then we're on the work of the day, and the first one I want to read to you, this Roman 4. Disclosure of interest in terms of Schedule 1. Code of Conduct for Councillors in terms of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act, Act 32 of 2000. Is there anyone of our councillors that can be linked to one of the points on the agenda? It's time to put up your hand now. I do see a hand. I cannot recognize it. Whose hand is this?
It is my hand, Speaker.
Leon?
Speaker, yes, I need to declare on item 105, although it is for the broader community in Mossel Bay, I was quite involved with the item, so I would like to recuse myself from that item when it comes to council.
Thank you very much, Councillor. When we come to your point on the agenda, will you please mute everything? I cannot chase it out of the chambers, but I can. I know who I have to work with, and thank you very much for that one. Is there any other councillor that might be involved in one of these points on the agenda on the Roman 4?
Speaker, yes, from my side, the item of the PDC, they've asked me to serve on their body, on the management, and I've attended already one meeting, so I would rather also excuse myself on that item.
Thank you, Deputy. Alderman Gert, waar kom ek aan Gert? Alderman Dirk Kotze. Thank you very much, Alderman. No one else, then I go to
Speaker,
Roman 5.
Sorry, Speaker, Mark here.
Yes, Mark.
Speaker, I will be excusing myself on item E108. That's the Vincent Park, as my dad's house is next to the Vincent Park, and we've signed up to be part of that CID.
Okay, thank you very much, Councillor Mark. I will not announce you on when I come to those points on the agenda. I trust you will then remove yourself from the circle. Thank you very much, Councillor. Just 1 second, please. And yeah, he's on leave. So Mr. Colin Puren will act while he's on leave, and we will handle it with it later on as well. Then at disclosure of benefits in terms of Schedule 2, Section 5.
Speaker.
Councillor Gous, I couldn't recognize the kind of bird I was hearing.
I'm struggling myself, but I just wanted to let you know that I am in.
Yeah, I can hear you not well, so.
Yes, thank you, Speaker.
Recover soon, please.
Thank you so much.
Look at yourself. Then thank you. You was marked as if you're here, and you are here, and thank you for that one. Disclosure of benefits in terms of Schedule 2, Section 5, Code of Conduct for Officials of the Local Government Municipal Systems Act, Act 32 of 2000. Is there any one of our officials that can be linked to one of these points on the agenda? It's time to put up your hand. I don't see anything. Thank you very much. Tertia, kan jy bietjie opgaan asseblief? Then, sorry, I'm at the confirmation and signing of previous council minutes. I'm at Roman 6, minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on Friday, the 25th of March, 2021. Folio is number 363A to 483. And the next one, minutes of this special council meeting held on Wednesday, the 31st of March, 2021. Folios number 4838 to 493. Can I have a proposer and a seconder for the correctness of the minutes?
Thank you, Speaker. I propose.
Proposed by Councillor Anton Delamain. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, you do, Speaker. Councillor Leon van Dijk is a seconder.
Thank you, Councillor van Dijk. Then the next one, Romans 7. Cognizance, executive mayors and deputy executive mayors resolutions in terms of delegated authority as provided in section 59(1)A of the Act on Local Government Municipal Systems. That's Act 32 of 2000 again. And I bring to you the items. Items number FC 17 of 4/2021 up till FC 20 of the month of April 2021. The next item is G11 of April 2021 to G17 of April 2021. Items number CS7 of April 2021 up till CS9 of 04/2021. The next items number PE40 of 04/2021 up until PE59 04/2021. The next items is item number T11 of the month of April 2021 up till T14 at 04/2021. The next items number CG12 of April 2021 to CG18 of April 2021. And items number E81 of 04/2021. And the next one, items number UB5 of 03/2021 to UB9 at 04/2021. Can I have a proposer and a seconder for the correctness of these?
Speaker.
Thank you, Alderman Groenewald.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Speaker.
Speaker. I
that we take cognizance of those resolutions. Thank you.
Thank you. And the seconder I couldn't hear what was.
Thank you, Speaker. It's Councillor Annie. I second the item.
Thank you, Councillor Aniki. And then we go to the next one. Tertia, bietjie op asseblief. Cognizance, the municipal manager resolutions in terms of delegated authority as per council resolution E127 of 11/2008 as provided for section 59(1)A of the Act on Local Government Municipal Systems Act as the previous 32 of 2000. I bring to you GM 15 of 03/2021 up till GM 21 of 04/2021. Can I have a proposer and a seconder for cognizance?
Thank you, Speaker. I propose.
Proposed by Councillor Anton Delamain. Seconder?
I will second. Thank you, Speaker. Councillor Leon van Dijk.
Thank you, Councillor Leon van Dijk. Then we at Roman 9 Communications, the Executive Mayor Alderman Levendal. Mayor, are you ready?
Yes, I have only one communication to make. We have decided to pay for the burial cost of the 2-year-old toddler yesterday, and I believe that she will be buried now. The toddler was shocked by a wire. Can you hear me, Speaker?
We can hear you, Mayor.
Okay, I'm going to repeat it again. That toddler who was shocked by the wire, the parents came to us and said they don't get any money to bury that kid. So we decided from the mayoral office to give the money so that the kid can be buried.
Thank you, Mayor. Is that the all you want to bring to us this morning, Mayor?
Yeah, this is all I want to bring this morning.
Thank you, Mayor. Then during the month of April, we had a few congratulations to people coming of age. At first, it was Councillor Julia Siyoko, and it was on the 3rd of April. Then it was older lady de Klerk with a birthday on the 5th of April. And Councillor Comfort on the 18th of April. And yesterday it was Councillor or Alderman Kotze and myself having our birthdays. And I cannot put myself on the spot, but for the rest of you, I think it was a very, very fruitful month, the month of April, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And everything of the best for the next year. This is a year with a lot of things we have to see to, and I know within the help of God, we will go through it, and you will shine in the next year. Seeing that we are, what are the birthday? The token, I think it's the bull. So yeah, I'm not a bull supporter, but in this time, yes, I do support those you people that was born in April. Then I've noticed that we have a death of 81 people. I've counted it, almost in the same as we had during the pitch of COVID. And yeah, as it is, we always lose good people, and we want to honor their life on earth, and I ask you to bow your heads in silence for a minute or so. Thank you. Vader, dat ons weet hierdie mense is by u, dat u hulle by die hand geneem het. Here seën elkeen van hierdie gesinne en Here ons eer hulle nagedagtenis. Amen. 'n bietjie opweer praat. Tersia asseblief.
Speaker.
Councillor Lichaba.
Yes, sorry, Speaker, to disturb you. But this, I wanted to say something from what the mayor has made mention to us. I wanted to say thank you very much for what the mayoral committee, together with the mayor, representing this municipal council, to take, to be able to help where the help is needed most for the burial of the child of the 2-year-old that was electrocuted, I think last week in Ward 3. What you did, Mr. Mayor, will never be forgotten by anyone. It's human. It shows what kind of a leader are you. So with those words, I say thank you very much and for what you just made mention to us. Thank you. We thank the Mayor.
Councillors, in the Denpasar committee room, unfortunately, I cannot hear a word what you were saying. There's a signal sound that there might be more or one PC that's on. Please check on that. Can I ask you to please repeat what you've said, Councillor? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that what you said. Councillor Lichaba.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Speaker, I just wanted to say, I wanted to thank the mayor for what he just made mention of, helping the mayor together with the neighbor, helping the family of the 2-year-old that was electrocuted last week in Ward 3, where the family couldn't bury the child, and they went to the mayor and to the mayor to ask for assistance. And they received that assistance in terms of burial. So for me, the mayor showed what kind of a leader he is. And we really appreciate what he has done. And we say thank you very much. I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Lichaba. Now I could have heard you. Thank you very much for your kind words. I saw the hand of Councillor Gous, I think. Councillor Gous?
Speaker, yes, thank you. I actually just wanted to draw the ANC's councillors' attention to the fact that if they have several of their tablets too close together in a room, we can't hear anything they say because of the very, very bad sound percussion. And so we also, even now when Councillor Lichaba spoke, there was still a lot of feedback. So it's very difficult to hear what they're saying.
Thank you, Councillor. I'll have a chat with the IT people. I know what the problem is, and we can see to that. I hope it will be better next time. Can we go on then? I haven't received any written questions, so we will then proceed with the agenda. Councillor in the committee room, will you please mute your PCs? Thank you. Thank you, councillors. I'm at the agenda, and I will start at E82 of 04/2021, proposed possible declaration of a formal intergovernmental dispute against the South African Police Service in terms of Section 41 of the Intergovernmental Relations Framework, Act number 13 of 2005, regarding Kwanongaba and Herbertsdale police stations. Councillors, I don't have to tell you in what turmoil those people are. I don't have to tell you in what circumstances those people are working. I've been in some of those, what is it called, houers and containers, and when the sun shines, it shines right through the roof. I cannot see how our people can work in circumstances like that. And yes, I want a proposer and a seconder that we can go further with this one, please. I see a hand of Councillor Lemaine.
Speaker, I'll second it. I'm working at Councillor De Lamaine's office.
Thank you. And that was then proposed by Councillor Anton De Lamaine and seconded by just 1 second. Boysen.
Speaker, it was Councillor Leon van Dijk and then seconded by Councillor Nicholas Boysen.
Thank you. I've seen your name on the screen, and that's what bothers me. The next one.
No,
Thank you very much, councillors. The next one.
Speaker.
Yes, Councillor Peter.
Yes, thank you very much, Speaker. Speaker, I don't have a problem with this item. I just want to welcome it. It was long overdue anyway for this item. I thought by now we would be having these two police stations in Mossel Bay and Upper State, and Banangaba and Upper State. The conditions there are evident to everyone that that there's no police station there. And secondly, if you look at the crime statistics of Mossel Bay, it takes you straight to Banangaba police station. And the police station which is in that condition, Speaker. But mine is the representatives of council that will deal with this matter. The MM is there. The deputy mayor apparently is also there, and Councillor Van Dijk. Now, I found it strange and unfair where councillors that are directly involved in those areas of Kwatu, Everstate, are not represented there. We are not represented there in that committee. So for me, I don't have a problem. I support fully, and it's not the first time this thing comes out. I even had a meeting with the deputy mayor pertaining this. But I strongly feel that still it's unfair to sideline councillors that are coming from those areas. It doesn't make any sense to me. So can we look at that point of view?
I've heard what you said, and we will definitely have a look at that, Councillor. Please remind me if it's not happening. We had discussions with the generals, and we had discussions with many people from the big brows of the police. And yes, and they go back home, and we full of courage that something will happen, and then it don't happen. But yeah, I heard what you said. Please check me if it's not possible. Phone me again, please. The next one is E83, and that's registration of right of way servitude in favor of the public over portion of 7 of the farm Reed Valley, number 225 Reed Valley Realization Trust for the purposes of a second access road to Danabai. You know, this is a thing that comes through many moons now. And yeah, we almost at the point of no return. Can I have a proposer and a seconder for E83?
Speaker.
Yes, sir.
Speaker, I will propose it with everything in my hands for this road to become a reality. Thank you very much. Proposed by Mari.
Spoken. And now a woman who knows everything, older lady Mari. Can I have a seconder for that one?
Thank you, Speaker. I will gladly second it.
I suppose there's no one against it. I do see a hand from the committee room. No reply. Will you please take away your hand? I'll be with you in a moment, Councillor. From the committee room, will you please, if there's nothing you want to add, please take away your hand. And then Councillor Goos.
Thank you for the opportunity, Speaker. I'd like to just, as you mentioned, this has come in our committees and in council several times. I just want some clarity regarding the expropriation process. The fact that we've decided to choose option 1, which is more expensive, but also will require expropriation. Should the seller not be willing to sell, what will the municipal way forward be then, considering that option 2 is over municipal land and no expropriation will be necessary? In order for us to make an informed decision on this specific resolution, I think it's important that we know what the expropriation process will entail.
Councillor, that's not in my way of thinking or my way of doing. I cannot give you an answer on that one. What I really know is there was people had to come to the what is that, the wall in Danabai, and they put down their votes. And what we now do is, this is what the people did voted for. You're right when you say that might be a cheaper option, and I don't want to differ with you. But the people who lives in Danabai and who are threatened by fires and those things that we had in the past, they voted for it, and that's their wish, and we have to abide with that one. That's the best answer I can give you. On the rest, I cannot give you an answer.
Thank you, Speaker. May I ask that the responsible directorate reply on the expropriation process? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councillors, we're at the next one.
A Speaker, my apologies.
Yes.
A Speaker, yeah, is it possible that the directorate could just explain to us the expropriation process?
I think that's something for another platform. I won't entertain this morning, but you know, you can contact with him on your own, and then he will definitely help you.
Speaker, then on those grounds, the ACDP is unfortunately going to have to abstain on this item, although we support a second road. I cannot do so blindly if we don't have clear direction on the expropriation process, and I would be surprised that any of the other councillors would be happy, particularly knowing how sensitive the expropriation concept is in South Africa at the moment, that they would be willing to support a resolution, not understanding what the future road looks like regarding expropriation. So can the ACDP please be marked as abstaining for that reason? Thank you, Speaker.
It's been noted. Thank you.
Speaker, can I? Speaker, it's
At first, I will give older lady Mari a chance, and then another hand from the committee room. After then, I'll give you a chance. Councillor Mari. Peter, can I just give older lady Mari a chance, and I'll come back to you. Mari.
Speaker, this road has been coming on for years now. And the exploration has already been busy with already. And if there's any questions now, we can't sink the ship. The money is being provided for and everything is in place. I don't think we must try and stop this situation or try and stop the road now at this stage, because it's a need for Dana Bay. It is a need for the bigger Mossel Bay as well. And if we think of Heiderand, then I've got no problem with the second road. That will happen in future, but not at this time. And the road is not as all the expenses on the road has been budgeted for. So I don't think we should try and reroute this point on the agenda again. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, older lady. Councillor Petrus Lechaba.
Some corrections here, or a correction here, and it keeps on coming every year and again. When the ACDP is not satisfied, it abstains. It must say we as ACDP or as ACDP abstained. Leave other parties alone. The other parties are not representing ACDP yet. ACDP cannot always say, I don't know what other parties are saying. They've got nothing to say to you. If you've got something to say, we will comment. We support that item. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Then I'm done with it. I will go to the next one, E84.
Speaker, I'm still on the floor, Mr. Baron.
Mr. Baron, you will be the last speaker then.
Yeah, thank you, Speaker. Speaker, we know that expropriation is a very sensitive issue. Last week, I had to go to the municipality to get some information about the last expropriation. And now there's an expensive court case for me because somebody spread lies on Facebook about the last expropriation that we had. So that's why I support the fact that Danabaya must still have another road, another exit. But because of the fact that no one wants to respond about the process, I also must abstain. I should like that Mr. Turen maybe as the MM respond, but if nobody respond, I will rather abstain.
Yeah, unfortunately, the MM is on leave in this moment, and I won't like to put Mr. Puren on to the spot. So, Yen, and I mark you then as abstention, as I will do with Councillor Gous, and we will go on to E84. E84.
Speaker, my apologies, Speaker, that I'm interrupting you. I'd just like to make sure if our recording is still working, because my tablet has let me know that the YouTube recording has stopped. If we could just clarify that with the IT, thank you so much.
I'm not sure about what's going out, and we will have to chat with that one, but we do have it's been recorded in our system. So don't worry what you said on
record. Thank you.
On the recording. Thank you. Just 1 second, please, councillors. Sorry, councillors, I just sent someone to check on the YouTube. I'm at E84, Education, Training, Development Policy. I hope you've read it through it and you've made it your own. Can I have a proposer and a seconder that we can table E84?
Thank you, Speaker. It's Barney Groenewald. I propose that we adopt the policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Proposer by Alderman Barney Groenewald for adoption of E84. Can I have a seconder for that one?
Thank you, Speaker. It's Councillor Annie van Rensburg speaking, and also I second it.
Second it. Anyone that have something to say about it? Nothing at all, and then we go to the next one, E85.
Speaker, what's happening to this? Speaker, did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Speaker.
Councillor Peter, you can.
Yes, Buddha speaking. Buddha speaking. Speaker, did you hear me? I can't believe I'm taking the Speaker.
I can hear you. You can go proceed, Councillor.
Okay, Speaker. No, we don't have a problem with the ITAP, the training and educate our people here. As well, when we're doing this thing, we're supposed to get involved so that we can have on one page all of them, so that we can go forward and educate our people. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Buddha. Anyone else? Councillor Delamain.
Speaker, I support the item E84, education training.
85.
E85.
Sorry, 84. Yeah, 84. Sorry,
yes, Speaker.
Sorry, I jumped the gun. Thank you, Councillor Boyson. Can you lower your hand, Councillor? Thank you. Not yet. Okay. There's no one that want to talk on 84. Then we go to 85. Tertia, please. Amendment of the delegation of powers and duties. This policy was brought to us and we went through it. Can I have a proposer and a seconder?
Speaker, Councillor Leon van Dijk, I will propose, but once we've proposed and seconded the item, I'd like to just have a word, if I may. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Leon. I'll give you a chance just now. Do I have a seconder?
Declares motion, I'll second it.
Seconded by Councillor Boyson. Councillor Leon?
Thank you, Speaker, for the opportunity. I think it concerns us as councillors on a number of occasions. We have asked for protection services to be changed to the wording of community safety. We have also made special recommendations and it was accepted in a previous council meeting. Yet often on the budget and all documents and reports, it still refers back to protection services. I would like to propose that we instruct the officials to, for once and for all, change the name to community safety and redirect this request, please. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. That's now a new proposal. Do I have a seconder for that? That's what was mentioned by Councillor Leon.
I'll always second it, Speaker.
Thank you. Same proposer, same seconder. Then it will be a decision of this council that the name change to community safety wherever it's applicable. Thank you very much, councillors. I will take you then to E86.
Speaker, Councillor Gous, Speaker, my hand was raised.
Yes, Councillor Gous.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I submitted a couple of questions to the relevant directorate on Monday, but unfortunately haven't had an answer. I understand Tuesday was a holiday. I'd like to know regarding the settling of any third-party insurance claims that up to the value of 250,000 Rand per claim, this can be settled without the item coming to council. Will we be receiving a report on what claims have been settled? And also, under what vote do we budget for these type of claims? Thank you, Speaker.
I don't have anyone with me that can help you on that one, but I suppose you have asked the questions as you said, so I cannot elaborate on that. We will wait for the answer that was given. Well, that will be given to you.
Speaker, is there no directorates, any of the directorate present in the meeting?
It's not about people not here. It's my party. What was he saying? And I can cry if I want to. So this is my counsel, and I will direct it as I like, as I think it's the best. I want you to abide with your questions, and whenever it's possible, it will be sent to you. I don't want to make this council a questionnaire and answer sessions, seeing that I don't have it in my mind, and I don't want to put my fellow people on the spot, as I wouldn't do it to you as well. So please be abide with me. That's the way I want it to be done.
I hear you, Speaker. May I just then say that unfortunately, even there have been several instances that though I have submitted questions, I don't get replies in time. So in your opinion, how should the ACDP councillor then make a decision on whether she will vote for or against an item if I don't have answers to questions? The council chamber is exactly the place where we should be debating items, Speaker.
I just wanted to show you on Rule 66 of the code of conduct. Go through this, and I've seen a hand from Mr. Puren. Mr. Puren, are you online and you can take the floor, and maybe you've got some of those answers in.
Thank you so much, Speaker.
Speaker, yes, no, we acknowledge the fact that we did receive the written questions from Councillor Gous. It's not only that one, it's a couple of them.
The questions were distributed to the relevant directors. At this stage, the one outstanding is exactly the one that the council is referring to now. We've sent it to the CFO, and the minute Mr. Jantjies receive it, you will send the answers in writing to Councillor Gous, which should be very soon, Chairperson. The rest, I think most of the answers, Councillor, Speaker, we have already, we received that, but the one she's asking now, we're still waiting for the CFO. And we will do our best to send it to her as soon as possible, Speaker. And as she mentioned, it was a short week, and a lot of the senior officials were on leave on Monday. And for that, I think that was the reason why we didn't have all the answers ready for in time before the council meeting. Thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Green. I hear an awful sound. Can someone locate it, perhaps? And it's better now, thank you.
Speaker, may I just extend my thanks to you and to the administration. It's not a common problem that I encounter. The administrative staff are normally very good at getting back to us within 3 days with answers. But unfortunately, I'm sitting in the council meeting now, needing to make a decision, and I unfortunately don't have the information. So for that reason, the ACDP will have to abstain on item E85. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. E85 will then carry through as an anonymous vote with the exception of the ACDP. Next one, please. E86, Energy Resilience Program, Memorandum of Understanding, Mossel Bay Municipality, in the Western Cape Department of Economic Development and Tourism. Can I have a proposer and a seconder? I do see a hand.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to add something to this item. It is hereby proposed that the following clause be added to the agreement attached as Annexure A to the item. 5.20, that the Mossel Bay Municipality is responsible to participate in and provide information for the development of a provincial integrated resource plan, IRP, as required. The following clauses must then be renumbered. I will issue you with the necessary annexure, Speaker, if I can propose this item. Thank you.
Thank you. That's been proposed by Councillor Anton Delamain with the addition of item 86 as was read by him. Can I have a seconder for this one?
Yes, Speaker. I would gladly like to second the item with the amendments as read by Councillor Delamain. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Alderman Cliffy Byman. There's a few hands from the committee room. I see a hand. I see a hand from Councillor Gous again. I see a hand from Alderman Groenewald. Some of them have now vanished. I start with a committee room. Okay, there's nothing from the committee room. Councillor Gous and then Councillor Groenewald.
Thank you, Speaker. I just want to take the opportunity to congratulate our Mossel Bay Municipality and our leadership with this initiative, leading the way to provide energy security to our residents, but importantly to our businesses. It is critical for economic growth, and so I really just want to wish them well with the initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Gous. I had a telephone call from a guy from Eastern Cape, living in Eastern Cape, and he wanted to come to Mossel Bay to see what his company can do for the provision of electricity. So yeah, something is cooking around us. Alderman Groenewald.
Thank you, Speaker. Now, it's a technical issue. I don't know if my setting is not correct on my tablet, but I'll really appreciate it if it's possible that we can see the recommendation so that we can view the resolution when it's being amended. Please, thank you. I only see the heading. Thank you.
Yeah. Tersia, you've heard what the alderman asked. Will you when after I've announced the number of the E84 or whatever it might be, then can you then go to the recommendation, please? Usually I give the numbers of the pages, but I haven't got it with me now. So thank you. I've said the recommendation that it be approved that the Mossel Bay Municipality participates in the Western Cape Department of Economic Development and Tourism and the Municipal Energy Resilience Program. And then number 2, that the attached agreement marked as Annex A be approved. And the number 3, that the Director Infrastructure Services, Mr. Naidu, be delegated to act as the municipality's energy resilience coordinator. I only read part of it, councillors, that you can read it yourself. So, but that the MER steering committee and project team be established consisting of the municipal manager, the Director Infrastructure Services, and the municipal manager be delegated to nominate officials to serve on the committee and team as required. And then the last one, that delegated powers be awarded to the municipal manager to negotiate and finalize the agreement on behalf of the municipality. Anyone that have something to say on this? I see.
No, I would just like to thank you, Speaker. We can now see the recommendations. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. From now on, I won't read it. You can read it by yourself. And is there anything that you want to ask about for what's standing in the recommendations? I'll definitely repeat it. Thank you, Tertia, for your help as well. I see a hand of Councillor Gous.
My apologies, Speaker. Then I did not lower my hand. Apologies.
Thank you. Then E85 carries through as an unanimous vote. Thank you, councillors. I'm at E86. So I made a mistake. E87 is the next one. We finished 86. E87, Finance Management Report, March 2021. MFMA Section 52 report. It's one of the things we have to do occasionally. And the recommendation, seeing that I don't like silences, I'll read it again. That council take cognizance, and the next one, that council reviews and considers the report on the quarterly amounts saved due to cost containment policies put in place. And from my side, I want to congratulate the municipality with this cost containment, keeping their finger on the pulse, and that the money don't flow from us. And that's why I'm so glad that Mossel Bay is number 1 again. Can I have a proposer and seconder for this one?
Speaker, I'll propose Mark Finnis.
Councillor Mark, proposer, and the seconder?
Maury de Klerk, I'll second. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Older Lady Mari. Then it's E87 carries through as unanimous vote. We're at the next one, please. E88. Utilization of the Barcelona Community Hall as an indoor sports center. Every one of us know that there's quite a lot of moaning and groaning about the sports center, and now we want to use it as a sports center. There will be some water running into the sea before this can happen, but I think we're on the right track. Can I have a proposer and a seconder, please?
Thank you, Speaker. Councillor Mvumvu here. I propose. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Mvumvu. Do I have a seconder on this one?
I second, Speaker. I second, Speaker.
Thank you,
Councillor
Councillor
Julia,
Julia.
second.
Thank you.
Yes, I second.
Thank you. Anyone else? I see a hand of the committee room. If you don't have something, councillors in the committee room, will you please lower your hand? Then E80, what was it, 88? 88 carries through as an unanimous vote. We're at E89, proposed amendments of the recruitment policy. It's a policy again. The policies were, all of them were workshopped, and can I have a proposer and a seconder for the adoption of E89? E89. Councillors, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, Speaker, thank you. We can. And I would like to propose a policy that we accept it. Thank you so much.
Being proposed by Alderman Bani Groenewald, and I've heard the voice of Councillor Rosina Reiters as a seconder. Thank you, councillors.
Yes, Speaker. Second.
Then I don't see a hand. Then E89 goes through as an unanimous vote. And the decision of council we're at E90, revised ICT policies, governance and framework, and user access management. Can you scroll up, Tersha, please? The recommendation that the following recommendation be made by council, that council are requested to consider and approve the additions and changes to the attached to ICT policy so that it can be implemented by IT and the various departments involved. Do I have a proposer and a seconder for this one?
Speaker, I propose Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy. That's proposed by Deputy Mayor De Coetzee.
Speaker, second, Councillor Reiters.
Councillor Reiters, you'll be the seconder. I don't see any hands. Then it goes through as an unanimous vote. Thank you very much, councillors. Next one. E91. Mossel Bay Municipality Strategic Talent Management Framework. Yeah, you've been through that. It wasn't the easy one to go through, but seeing the talent in Mossel Bay, I know every one of you got it under your knee. Can I have a proposer and a seconder?
Yes, thank you, Speaker. It's Bani Groenewald. And with that, I would just like to congratulate the Directorate. This is breaking new ground, and I think we're one of the very first municipalities to follow this route in empowering our people further, our staff. But thank you so much. I would like to propose it.
Thank you, Alderman Groenewald. The proposer and the seconder?
Speaker, I'll second that. And yes, I also concur with that comments from Alderman Groenewald. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. That is proposed and seconded. E91 then will carry through as an unanimous vote. I thank you very much, councillors. I'm at E92, monthly report with regard to supply chain management. Supply chain, so it's on our screens every month, and I suppose you've gone through it. With the recommendation that we take cognizance, can I have a proposer and a seconder for taking cognizance of this one?
Speaker, I will propose. Thank you very much, Maureen.
Thank you, Councillor Older Lady Mari. Do I have a seconder for Older Lady Mark? Older Lady Mari, can I read Mark? Seconder?
Speaker, I'll second Mark Venice.
Yeah, Mark, I call on you before you think of it. Thank you very much. Yeah, they say as a horse with 4 legs stumble. What about our people with 2? A93 then. Thank you. 92 carried through as an unanimous vote. I'm at E93, monthly report for supply chain deviations for February 2021. Do I have a proposer and a seconder for E93?
Speaker, I'll propose Mark Venice.
Thank you, Councillor Mark Furness. And the seconder?
Speaker, I will second. It's Rasdame Marie de Klerk. Thank you.
Thank you, Rasdame Marie de Klerk. Anyone else on this? No one, and then it carried through as an unanimous vote. The next one. We're at E94, support for the establishment of international, national, provincial netball facility in Hartenbos. Actually, on the screen, it's Mossel Bay. I did it not on purpose, seeing that it is in Hartenbos. Can I have a proposer and a seconder?
Speaker, yes, I would like to propose the item for approval. Thank you.
Thank you, Older Lady Vanolia Fortuin. Do I have a seconder?
Speaker, second.
Councillor Reuters.
Thank you, Councillor Reuters. Councillor Gous, you want to apply for being Empire?
I was actually wondering if I could play. No, I'm joking. I was very bad at sport. Speaker, my apologies. Speaker, the ACDP really welcomes this initiative, and I support the establishment of such a facility. My only query is our wisdom in where we are locating it. I'd like to just explain my thinking quickly. Firstly, I wondered, did we perhaps commission a study to decide the best location? Because looking at Hartenbos, I know we have already built some courts there, but for example, the Hartenbos Primary, excuse me, the Hartenbos Primary School has its own courts. What I have seen as I've moved around over the last couple of years, Speaker, is that wards 1, 2, 3, and ward 13, but in particular wards 3 and ward 13 have informal teams that don't have any place to practice. They participate in games, traveling even as far as Knysna and so on, but they have to practice on actually where skips stand and stuff like that, clearing areas and so on. And I was just wondering on the wisdom in perhaps relocating this entire netball facility. I'm thinking Ward 13 might be the ideal place for such a project because there is such a need in those areas for such a facility. It will get more daily use, I believe. And also it will be a huge cash injection into those wards, uplifting the area with such infrastructure. So while I'm in support of the establishment of an international netball facility, the ACDP questions the wisdom on where we place it. I'd love to see it placed in Ward 13, where I believe it will get a lot more consistent use. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Gous. You will remind yourself that with the Garden Route initiative about netball, it was decided that the netball hub will be in Hartenbos, and there was money provided to us to build some of those netball fields. And yeah, I don't know if you were on top of Van Riebeeck Stadium when the southeaster is blowing at evening and having netball there. It's awful. And unfortunately, I have a daughter that played hockey and one that played netball, so I know what's going on there. Yeah, I carry what you said to me, but unfortunately, this is now going on. I don't want to elaborate further on this. I would love to see that Hartenbos, as I said, half of it has been done, and that would be the hub for netball. I know that that's a problem for people to come down to Hartenbos, but we will appreciate them coming to test our beautiful green netball fields. And we will provide for everyone. Unfortunately, what you said, we cannot make a hub for international, and that's 2023. I think that we will be having netball World Cup. So it's unfortunate, not possible to scatter that all around it in Mossel Bay. So that was the reason for it and the rationale for it. So are you still? You asked some questions, but no, you're not against it. Am I right, Councillor Gous? No reply. Then I see.
My apologies.
You're on the floor.
I'm definitely not against it. I would have just liked to have seen it relocated to Ward 13, particularly if you consider that there will be other costs still. For example, the relocation of the Yixkay Club, which is 530,000. If we save that money, we could build a court with it. Thank you, Speaker.
Yeah, I won't elaborate on that one. Councillor Bobello.
Thank you, Speaker.
Well, the rest of the people in the committee room, will you please mute your sound?
Speaker, we have a problem with that one on the wall. So we have to open the this one we have a problem. We can't raise our hands. So Speaker,
Councillor Bobello, I'm
yes,
sorry.
Speaker.
I cannot hear you. There's some noise in the committee room. The most of those tablets are not muted. And it's not muted. On top of the tablet, there's a little thingy, you can push it. The rest of the people, you keep yours on, and the rest of the people soften their sound, and then I can hear you very clearly. But otherwise, there's a circle whistling coming down. But let's try again, Councillor Nosi. Will you please start from the beginning?
Thank you, Speaker. What I wanted to say today, for the first time, I will support Councillor House. But for in future, Speaker, I know that thing is already for Hatching Boss. But I say for in future, Speaker, Ward 13 and Ward 3 need those facilities very much. If you can see there at the Golden R, there are people that are practicing there. If you can see there in Garden Road Primary School, the other people are practicing there for their football and netball, all those sort of things. So we need facilities like that so that we can have our people and our places, the facilities in our places. So I agree with you, Councillor Host, today. You are talking the right thing today. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you, councillors, and thank you for the councillors in the committee room. It was definitely much better now. I thank you very much for that. And we note what you said, Councillor Bobello. Thank you very much for that one. In the meantime, then E94 carries through as anonymous vote. Thank you very much. E95, the tree management policy. Can I have a proposer and a seconder that we adopt the policy? The recommendation is that the revised tree management policy be approved and accepted.
Speaker, from my side, I would like to propose this item.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And a second for the deputy.
Speaker, I'll be the seconder. It's Maury de Klerk.
Thank you. No one else? Then instead of chopping trees down, I want to put you to the test. By the end of this year, or by the end of this term, before the last council meeting, I will ask everyone by name, have you planted a tree? And I don't want to hear any no's. Is that a fair challenge? Okay, no one.
We accept that, sir.
Challenge then.
I think it is, yes. We're
Ek aanvaar daai
Speaker.
uitnodiging.
Ek en jy, Barney. Ons sal saam plant.
Please note that the ICDP is not against this one. That's tongue in the cheek, Councillor. The next one, please. E95, as I said, then carries through as an unanimous vote, the tree management policy, and we had E96, proposed delineation of a portion of remainder of Earth 2011, remainder of Earth 3344, portions of road reserve situated adjacent to Earth 3247 at the corner of Mars Street and Cape Road. For you people that haven't located it yet, it's when you go up Parkside West on the left-hand side, when you turn off to the Park Primary School, I think there's a creche or something, or some sort kind of a school, and that's where it's located. Can I have a proposer and a seconder for E96, please?
I will propose Councillor Leon van Dijk. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Leon van Dijk, proposer. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, Speaker, Alderman Cliffy Bayman would like to support the proposal.
Thank you, Alderman Bayman. Anyone against? I see no hands and I see no comments. So E96 then carries through as an unanimous vote. I'm at E97, please. Can you shift a little left? Thank you. Alienation of remainder of earth 2606, a portion of earth 2462 situated adjacent to earth 1710 at the corner of Tembelisa Avenue and Mawawa Street, Kwanongab, and it's 1352, and it's for the Assembly of God. Can I have a proposer and a seconder that this can carry through?
I propose, Speaker.
Proposed by
I
Councillor
propose,
Julia.
Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor Julia. And then do I have a seconder for the Councillor Julia? I see a hand
I
from
second
now.
that to that, Speaker.
Seconder, was that Councillor Buddha?
Councillor
Or was-
Mvumvu.
Councillor Mbumbu, sorry, there's so a lot of noise on some, sorry, Katabu. Then it carries through as an unanimous vote. Thank you.
Speaker,
Yes, ma'am.
you see what I meant about this thing on the wall? Because I wanted to propose, and then some people, and I raised my hand before, so some people just came in and said, I propose, and then I second. I wanted to propose. Thank you, Speaker.
Okay. Next time, fire a little earlier, please. But thank you, Councillor. Then I know what your heart is. Thank you, Councillor Nosi. I'm at
Speaker, Councillor
yes,
Gous.
ma'am. Councillor Gous.
Yes, I just wanted to let the other councillors know I offer lessons on how quickly to do it. To shoot off a upright hand.
Yeah, councillors, I know not every one of us are quite literate enough to know all these small things, but yeah, if you don't have a hand to put up, I'll be prepared that if you put your camera, not camera, your mute, not mute you. If you can speak to me, I'll abide with that as well. Call my name. I don't like it, but if you don't know where to raise, how to raise your hand, you're welcome to address me. I won't keep it against you. I had 9.8 proposed amendment of the lease agreement, leasing of a portion of Earth 3419, the Point Mossel Bay. That's for the Point Discovery Center. Can I have a proposer and seconder on that one?
Speaker,
Speaker, if I may, I'm just going to accuse myself.
Yeah, please make note of it that the Deputy Mayor recuse himself. After the Deputy have left, can I have a proposer and a seconder? On the recommendation that approval be granted for extension of a period in clause 4.5 of the lease agreement between the Mossel Bay Municipality and Point Discovery Center, MPC, dated the 4th of September 2017, over portion of 3419, the Point, Mossel Bay, for the further period of 2 years, in order to grant the lessee more time to successfully obtain the required funding, authorizations and licenses. That applicant will be responsible for all costs of the application, including advertising costs. That the public participation process as prescribed in the relevant legislation be followed. And that after, I'm at 4 now, that after the completion of the prescribed public participation process, the item be referred back to council for further consideration. And then the last 2, that the lease agreement be amended accordingly, and that no rights or obligations in terms of this resolution be vested prior to the signing of the addendum by both parties. Having said that, can I have a proposer and a seconder, please?
Speaker, I'll propose Mark Furness.
Proposed by Councillor Mark Furness. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, Speaker, Alderman Cliffy Bayman would like to second the item.
Seconded by Alderman Cliffy Bayman, and then Councillor Gous, I see your hand.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, two things. Firstly, could you perhaps just clarify what our Deputy Mayor's interest is in this item? And then the second thing I'd like to just note is that the ACDP supports the item for a further 2 years only. And then also, as I've mentioned many times before, on the grounds that the creation account will also receive prominence in the displays presented at the centre. Thank you, Speaker.
I can give you answer why the Deputy Mayor left the room.
Thank you.
When the chair of that committee that was working with the centre, he decided he got greener pastures and where they needed someone, and then they co-opt the Deputy Mayor. So he cannot gain from anything. It's only that he's one of the decision makers, and he decided it will be better for Mossel Bay and for himself to recuse himself.
Thank you, Speaker. I wish him well. He really has a lot on his plate. Thank you.
Yeah, he do need it. Thank you very much, Councillor. Next one. There's no one against E98, and it carries through as unanimous vote.
My apologies, Speaker. Sorry, Speaker. I'd like to just ask that it be minuted that the ACDP said that we supported for only the next 2 years, and then also on the condition, as I said, that 2 accounts are given regarding the history of the caves. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. It's been recorded, so it will be in the minutes then. E99, alienation of 5109, situated at the corner of Cedar and Tolbo Street, Hyderabad, Mossel Bay, and that's 1.4 hectares by means of a tender process. This is a starting point of something that might come off at the end or not. All depends on what's going on. Can I have a proposer and a seconder on E99? Can you scroll down to the recommendations, please, Teresa? Okay. Teresa, how many points are there on this recommendation? Can you do a quick scroll? There's 14 of them. Councillors, every one of you have received the agenda. So I'm not going to read all of this what is it, E100, E99. Can I have a proposer and a seconder that we can adopt E99?
Speaker, I'll propose Mark Furness.
Thank you, Councillor Mark. And seconder for that one?
Cliffy Bayman support, Speaker.
Cliffy Bayman support. Anyone against? Going, gone. Then it carries through E99 as an unanimous vote of this Council of Mossel Bay. Thank you, councillors. I'm at E100. Application to sublease portions of the Arts and Crafts Centre situated on a 3069 Mossel Bay Tourism. When I was a youngster, that was the offices of the municipality, and taking in consideration how big it is and where we are now, it was incredible for me to be part of it all the time. E100 then. Recommendation, it's before us. Approval be granted. Xavier? Sorry, thank you for the help. Mr. Carl Venter, his hand is up. Carl, would you first elaborate on something in here?
Speaker, no, not. I just want to, first of all, I want to apologize, Speaker. It was just brought under my attention. I don't know if it was a minute, but I also recused myself from item PE, I think it's E98, the Point Discovery Center item. I did recuse myself from that as well, Speaker. It's just administration pointed out to me that it wasn't minuted and they want to make sure about that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Venter. We took note of it, and Melanie made a note of it. So thank you very much for that one. We then back to the business of E100. Application of sublease of the portion of the Mossel Bay tourism, and what's following on that. Can I have a proposer and seconder?
Speaker, I propose Mark Furness.
Thank you, Councillor Mark Furness, the proposer. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, Speaker. Councillor Kannemeyer, a second.
Thank you, Councillor Kannemeyer. I don't see any hands. Then E100.
Speaker, my apologies, Speaker.
Sorry, Councillor Gous. Yeah, I do see your hand now.
Thank you. I only got it up a bit late. Speaker, yeah, I just wanted to say that I support the item. I don't have a problem with that.
Councillor Gous, we've lost you.
Can you hear me now, Speaker?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you?
Let's start from the beginning, please.
Excuse me, thank you. Speaker, the ACDP supports the item. And I also want to note that we're aware of the fact that the Mossel Bay Municipality is taking huge strides to try and build industries in our area. I'm not sure what's happening now, Speaker. There's
Can you please hold your horses? Raadslede, ek hoor en ek hoor nog iemand praat. Kan jy net kyk dat jy almal gemute is asseblief? Councillors, can you just check if you're muted, please? Thank you, Councillor Gous. You can proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. So I do say that with it being aware of the fact that our municipality is trying to get industries, attract industries and build industry in the area. I would like to just caution us, though, on continually injecting money into tourism. I understand that that has been one of our main exports, so to say, in the past. But looking at the forecasts for COVID-19 and the resultant restrictions on travel, and also just the recession that we see happening across the world, people only travel when they have disposable income, and it looks like that is going to be becoming rather tight in the future. So I think we definitely need to look at focusing more on other eggs in the basket and not just tourism. Thank you, Speaker.
You know, being in business my whole life, I started selling skins when I was in school. You don't proceed if you don't go to something better. If the money goes into one hand from one to the other and back to you, we do need new money in town, and that's the only way to bring new money into town is by tourism. So yeah, I'm very fond of newcomers to town that spend in our town. And you must always remember, if you go to have a cup of coffee in a coffee shop, for instance, there's someone that will be a waiter, and that waiter will have kids and some stuff. So it's an ongoing rolling process. So I don't want to trample on your toes, but that's my way of thinking about tourism, and I'm very fond of people coming to our beautiful town. That's why I forgot this escape to Mossel Bay. Great escape on my car. I usually don't do anything on my car, but yeah, it's not about me. I've heard what you said. You were not against it, and then it carries through as an unanimous vote, and we'll go on to the next one. Thank you, councillors. Daar is die volgende een. 10104/2021 application to lease a portion of open public space portion of Earth 3062. That's vesting property, Hartenbos, the Lurie single that's been before us, and there was a lot of things that happened and nothing came from it. No one was against it. So can I have a proposer and seconder that we can table this?
Yes, thank you, Speaker. As Barney Groenewald, I would like to propose that we adopt the recommendation. Thank you.
It's been proposed by Alderman Groenewald. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, Speaker, I second it. It's Councillor Annie van Rensburg speaking.
Thank you very much, councillors. And then we adopt it as an unanimous vote, E101. Next one. 102. Alienation of Earth 508 situated at Springbok Street, Herbertsdale. It's an application for the Earth to bring up a new small business. And yeah, that might ease the people, the life of the peoples in Herbertsdale. Can I have a proposer and a seconder for E102 that it's been adopted?
Yes, thank you, Speaker. As Barney Groenewald, I would like to propose that we adopt the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Proposed by Alderman Groenewald. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, you do, Speaker. Leon van Dijk, Councillor Leon.
Thank you, Councillor Leon. Is there anyone against? No one against. Then E102 carried through as unanimous vote. I thank you, councillors. I'm at E103. It's a double barrel one. Application to amend the notarial agreement of lease between Mossel Bay Municipality and the Mossel Bay Golf Club portion of Earth 2001. The next one, a cancellation of lease agreement of a portion of Earth 2001, previous known as Earth 1469. And that remind me that more or less go about their squash, am I right? Yeah, squash, a new squash baan, wat is dit nou toch? Squash court. And we, in front of us, councillors, we have a recommendation to council. If you've been through it, if you've been through it, I want to have a proposer and a seconder for adoption.
Speaker, I propose Mark Furness.
Mark Furness, thank you. Yeah, it's in your ward, councillor. And do I have a seconder?
Yes, you do, Speaker. Leon van Dijk, as we serve on the committee. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone against? Councillor Gous, do you want to play squash as well? I can thank you for that. I did play squash in my younger days.
I wouldn't mind, actually. I enjoy squash. Speaker, my apologies. My chest is very bad. Speaker, I just want to draw your attention, as you did mine earlier, to part 66 of our rules, the provision of information that states in part 1 that should a councillor require information in order to fulfill their function, a written request must be submitted to the relevant chair of the Executive Mayoral Committee. Now, regarding this item, I did submit my questions on the 12th of April, and I did receive replies from Director Fenter on the 16th already. I really want to thank him for his consistent and comprehensive replies to my questions always. Unfortunately, this item, he referred to the legal department, to Mr. Neil Prince, and if looking at my reply, he said Mr. Neil Prince said it would be better to give me a verbal explanation. Unfortunately, I haven't heard from Mr. Neil Prince. So if it's possible, if Mr. Prince could reply to those questions now, Speaker, that would be very convenient in order for us to make an informed decision on this item. Thank you so much.
Councillor, the invitation still stands. Mr. Prince said he will entertain you in his office. So can put up a meeting with him and he will let you know if it's possible. If you by some chance know when, and I can make a note of it. Otherwise, you can contact his office and put on a meeting, and he will give you a time. But both
Thank you,
suits
Speaker.
both of you.
Thank you, Speaker. Can I maybe just ask Mr. Prince why I haven't received the timer's reply, considering I submitted my questions on the 12th of April already?
No, I won't entertain that one. That's between you and Mr. Prince, and you can discuss it in his office, please.
Okay, thank you, Speaker. Can I then just ask that it be noted that despite me adhering to the rules 66, I did not receive any reply to that request within the 3 days that the rules state. And so unfortunately, the ACDP will abstain from this item. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. That will be noted. Thank you, Councillor. With the exception then of the ACDP, this carries through as an anonymous vote. Thank you, councillors. I want you to take you to the next one. E104, alienation of portion of earth 891, as well as portion of 126 of the farm number 129, situated adjacent to earth 98 Long Street, Great Brack River. Don't be fooled by that one portion of a farm. That's not a farm. That was a farm before it was Great Brack River. So can we scroll down, Tertia, please? Okay, recommendation. Recommendation to council. Councillors, you've got it on your screen. You've had it in your minutes. Can we have a proposer and a seconder for this one, please?
Yes, Speaker. This is Councillor Annie van Rensburg. I propose this item with pleasure.
Proposed by Councillor Annie from Grootbraak. Do I have a seconder for that one?
Thank you, Speaker. I will second it.
Councillor Annetjie did propose it. Councillor Anton Delamain did second it. Is there anyone against? No one against. Then it carries through as an unanimous vote, E104. The next one will be E105. Alienation of portion earth 2001 Mossel Bay to Makiva Trust to be utilized for the business purposes. I'm not going to read it. You all know that it's a long concern that has been on the screen for many times. We want to sell some parking to the owners of Makiva Trust, and there's three parts of land that's in the proposal. And what's one of the best things then, they'll have to erect a fence next to Louis Fourie, and that will cover our people to use the traffic light and the green man instead of running across the street in that heavy traffic. And yeah, we might then have less people knocked down by cars on that corner. Can I have a proposer and a seconder on this one?
Speaker, I propose.
Proposed by, is it?
Councillor Nicholas Boyson, Speaker.
Councillor Boyson, yeah, I'm confused when I see the name Delamain and that doesn't fit with the voice I hear. And then a seconder?
Speaker, I second. Reuters.
Thank you. That was then proposed by Councillor Nicholas Boyson, seconded by Older Lady Rosina Reuters. Is there anyone against? I don't see a hand. Thank you. Then E105 carries through as an unanimous vote.
My apologies, Speaker.
Yes, ma'am.
Speaker, I did raise my concerns about this item in our committee meeting, simply because I feel that we aren't really meeting the constitutional requirement for the competition for land to be fair and transparent. In this instance, Makiva is gaining access, well, actually gaining land in a completely unfair process, in my opinion. I understand that it's convenient to us because it fits in with what we want to do in the area. But I believe that despite the cost, the MM did point out that it's more expensive to put land out on tender. But I believe that we need to do that regardless in order for this to be a truly fair and competitive process for other potential interests to be able to. EP will also abstain on this item, on the Makiva item. Thank you, Speaker. Item E105.
Thank you. It's been noted.
Speaker,
Yes, sir.
morning, Speaker.
Ratma?
Speaker, yes, and now I just want to understand, is it the parking area at Makiva and on the Lubifori Road? Did they want to close this parking area?
Councillor, yeah, you know, the wording of close might not fall fair on the ear. They're parking now on our land, and we want to sell it so that it can be their land, and then they have to erect a fence so that people cannot run to and fro over Louis Fourie and only then go through the crossing that on the traffic lights. If that answer you?
Okay, now thanks, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor David.
Speaker?
Yes.
Thank you for the opportunity again, Speaker. I just want to clarify, now that Councillor Comfort has mentioned that to me it also makes sense that the parking area that is currently being utilised as the parking area, that Makiva can make good use of it for extension of their building. My main objection to this item is the second piece of land where currently Zeb's Chicken and those places are trading, that they are not going to be getting a fair opportunity to tender for land to build a business there. They are, in my opinion, probably now going to be kicked out and the land is going to be sold, alienated to Makiva without a tender process. And that's the core of my objection to this item. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. I won't entertain assumptions, but I take note of what you said. Thank you, Councillor. We're going on. E105 as carries through then as an unanimous vote. And I am at 106. Application for assistance by payment of advertising costs, Mossel Bay Boerdorp. Neighbourhood Watch, renewal of the lease agreement of a portion of the wall of the municipal reservoir situated on Earth 14139 Schoeman Street, extension 15 Heiderand. And then the next one, proposed amendment of policy regarding the use of the municipal infrastructure or property by neighborhood watches. And this is all for our safety, chaps. Do I have a proposer and a seconder for this one?
I propose Speaker Reuters.
It's proposed by Councillor Rosina Reuters. Do I have a seconder for that one?
Thank you, Speaker. I will gladly second it.
Seconded by Councillor Anton Delamain. Councillor Gous.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, yes, I want to, on behalf of the ACDP, also extend heartfelt thanks to our neighbourhood watchers for the work that they're doing. I do, however, want to just raise a concern about us covering costs for the neighbourhood watchers. Simply because, Speaker, this is not the first time that the Mossel Bay Municipality has been asked to cover this cost. And I don't like to draw the comparison, but unfortunately it must be made. A couple of, I think about 2 years back, Mrs. Adonis' application for to purchase land for the Isikwezi Trust, Creche, she also applied for assistance from the municipality to pay for advertising costs, which were turned down. And the ACDP had to assist her, also in the region of about 4,500 rand. Now, Speaker, my my reasoning is this. We don't have a policy that guides us when we make these decisions. And if we look at the area for this neighborhood watch, well, actually any area, if perhaps every resident was willing to contribute 50 or 100 Rand towards the costs, they would easily be able to make it up. And so I'm not going to object to this item, but I would like to draw council's attention to the inconsistency that we display because we don't have a policy that guides us. So we are assisting a neighborhood watch with 4,500 Rand, but we didn't assist a creche that is working with the most vulnerable. In fact, this creche assists parents who cannot afford to pay at all. And parents also don't have a set fee that they pay. They pay only what they can afford, which is a minimum amount. So I'd like to encourage the council that we look for a policy in this regard that guides us in the future. And yes, let me leave it at that. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor ACDP. Councillor Gou said she's not against it. Then it carries through as an unanimous vote, and we noted some of your stuff you were talking about. It will be in the minutes as well. Next one, it carries through as an unanimous vote. Thank you, councillors. Next one is E107. Application to lease a portion of Earth 2573 situated adjacent to Earth 2938 in Mars Street, Extension 2, Mossel Bay, facility for injured penguins and the other seabirds in the Garden Route area. That's from SAPREC. We've had this thing many moons ago, and yeah, we made a decision then, but I didn't realize, and now that's on the menu again, to bring the rehabilitation center to Harrogiri Park. Can I have proposer and a seconder on this one?
Chairperson, I would like
to proposed by Leon. Am I right?
Yep.
And seconded by Councillor Annie Jansen van Rensburg.
Baie dankie. Thank you, Speaker.
Anyone against?
Second it.
Anyone to dare to be against it? No one. Thank you very much, councillors.
Councillor Gous. No.
Are you against it?
No, not at all. But Speaker, I do just have one concern, that it might not be the most suitable space for SAPREC. And I'm wondering, did we consider any other areas that were perhaps closer to the sea?
Councillor Gous, yeah.
Yes.
I've just now asked for Milani, and that was a request that it's been that they can move to the Harrogiri Park, and some of those cages, not cages. There's ample space for that, especially when you go into the bowls on your left hand side. There's quite enough space there, I think, and there's a little kloof there that the excess water can go down to the sea again as well.
Okay.
But I will no promise. No, I won't make any promises about that. That's the way of my thinking about where it can be. That will be. There's someone else that decided on it. So yes, thank you, councillor. I've heard what you said, but as I said, it was on request. Then it carries through as an unanimous vote. The next one. E108, application to lease a public place portion of the remainder of 2011 Vincent Park, Mossel Bay, 2.2 hectares special rating area. That's what we almost what we are having in Mossel Bay, in the CID. And Councillor Mark Furness say you want to recuse himself. Can I have a proposer and seconder for 1E109?
I will second Speaker, Councillor Reuters.
Councillor Reuters, and do I have a seconder for Councillor Reuters?
Speaker, dis Raadslid Leon van Dijk. Ja, as ons op 108 is, dan stem ek saam. Al sekond.
Ons is daar. Baie dankie.
Speaker, ek wou net sê ek het myself verskoon by 105. Ek wou dit aandui, maar ek dink nie het my hand gesien nie.
Ek het nie jou hand gesien nie, maar jy het kennis gegee en ek vertrou jou bona fides. Ons gaan aan. Had het Gouds?
Yes, Speaker, sorry. Can Councillor van Dijk let us know why he had to excuse himself regarding the sale of the land for Makiva? And then as regards item E108, the item that we're on at the moment, I don't have any issues with the residents in the area wanting to preserve, improve and secure the park. In fact, we welcome it, and I understand that according to the information I've received from the administration that they will be carrying the costs for that as well. Speaker, but in terms of consistency, we have in this very same agenda, we have the Lowry Single Homeowners Association in Hartenbos that have essentially applied for the same type of thing with a public open space by them. And we've imposed certain restrictions on them, or not restrictions, but we've imposed certain requirements. One of them being that the space has to be freely available for all residents of Mossel Bay, not just a select group, and that there has to be signage that displays that that park is open for everybody's use. So, Speaker, on behalf of all the other residents of Mossel Bay, and not just an exclusive group in the old town, I'd like to propose that we include that as part of the resolutions in this item. That the same requirements that were made of the residents in Hartenbos also be made of the residents in this older section of Mossel Bay. And that being specifically that a notice be erected to inform the public that the park is for the use of all residents of Mossel Bay, and that it is not an exclusive private open space. Thank you, Speaker. If I could have anybody in council that would be willing to second that proposal, I would welcome that. Unfortunately, Councillor Baron has informed me that he's unable to, he's been kicked off and he's unable to get back on.
Thank you for that one. We will take a note, make note of it. And then you said you want to second it. Do I hear right? Councillor Leon, there was a question said to you, and I don't usually do that, but I don't have the answer myself. Can you just tell the lady why you recuse yourself?
Thank you, Speaker. Yes, I'll gladly answer. I actually indicated that at the end of item 105, I should recuse myself for item 106. I mistakenly said 105, so I meant 106. The bottom line here is, yeah, we bring the application on behalf of all of the neighbourhood watchers, and I felt that that I would not like to compromise myself in any way. So that's the explanation. Thanks, Speaker.
Understandable. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, councillors.
Thank you,
We go on.
Speaker,
On this E108, I just want to check on that. My proposer and my seconder, I just want to make note of it. I've missed it. Sylvia? Okay, Reuters did propose it, and it was seconded by?
Councillor van Dijk.
Yes, thank you very much, councillors. I want to be the next one, please. 109. Upgrading of the trunk road 33 at Beach Boulevard West to Garrett Street, and acquisition of land remainder of earth 15989 and 18763 as well as portion 116 of the Farm 5 Brakkefonteinen. Number 220 Mossel Bay, Western Cape Department of Transport and Public Works. And this is all about the upgrading of Louis Fourie. Is there anyone that dare to say they don't want it? And I would like to hear you. Otherwise, do I have a proposer and a seconder? 109.
Yes, Speaker, you have. I would like to propose item E109 of April 2021 for approval. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Cliffy Bayman. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, Speaker. I seconded my colleague also here, and it's Councillor Annie van Rensburg speaking.
Thank you, Councillor Annie. That's been proposed and it's been seconded, and I hear no one against it. Then it carries through as a unanimous vote. Thank you very much. That will not be in a month or two, but I think I've tested it yesterday again, and it's a horrible thing, driving on Louis Fourie with all these cars, and I hope for a better planning and whatever it might be. They will be, as I said, it will take a long span. I think it will be around about 3 years or more. But after that, I think it will be the jewel of Mossel Bay. I thank you, councillors. I'm at 110, alineation of Earth 14662, and it's adjacent to Roger Street, extension 10. That was in front of us many moons ago, and then nothing happened about it, and now there's an application again for that small piece of land, and that's E110. As I said, it's in Roger Street, one of the most beautiful vistas in Mossel Bay. Can I have a proposer and a seconder for this one, please?
Yes, Speaker. Alderman Cliffy Bayman would like to propose item E110. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Cliffy Bayman. Alderman, do I have a seconder for that one?
Speaker, I'll second that. Thank you.
It has been seconded by Deputy Mayor. Thank you, Deputy. Anyone against? No one, then we can go on. It carries through as an unanimous vote. I thank you, councillors. I'm at almost said Nelson. E111 at 4/2021. Appointment of a new external Eden Joint Municipal Planning Tribunal. We have to take cognizance of it. Can I have a proposer and a seconder?
Yes, Speaker, it's me again, Cliffy Bayman, proposing item E111.
Thank you, Alderman Cliffy. Do I have a seconder?
Thank you, Speaker. I will second it.
It's been seconded by Councillor Anton. And it seems to me that there's no cricketers around here when I talk about a Nelson. The next one, E112, as E111 carries through as an unanimous vote. I'm at E112. The fourth adjustment budget, financial year, operating and capital budget. And every one of us are aware of a lot of budget constraint and people not able to pay. But when I look at what's happening at the moment, I can only say I thank the Lord for what's happening in Mossel Bay. It could have been worse. Can I have a proposer and a seconder for that one, please? I see a hand of the Deputy Mayor.
Sorry, Speaker, it's an old hand.
Old hand. Thank you very much. Then can I have a proposer and a seconder?
Speaker, I'll propose. Mark.
Proposed by our Minister of Finance, Mark Furness. Do I have a seconder on this one?
Yes, you do, Speaker. Councillor Leon van Dijk.
Councillor Leon van Dijk, thank you very much for your feed your minding souls. I see a hand of Councillor Gous. Councillor Gous.
Yes. Yes, thank you, Speaker. Speaker, after reading the item, I just would like some clarity. I didn't see in the item, unfortunately, what the department's reasons were for not rolling over close to R1 million in community services and close to R1 million for the electrification in our infrastructure services department. If either the two directors or the chair of the finance department could perhaps just inform us what the national department's reasons were for not giving a yes to the rollover of that approximately R2 million funds, I would appreciate it. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. Just 1 second, please. Sorry, there was a sneezy coming up. National government reduced the municipalities' grant allocations for the municipal infrastructure grant, the MIG grants, and the integrated national electrification program grant, both with an amount of 1 million. The next one, unforeseen avoidable expenditure, emergency replacement of a section of Rising Main and Essenhout Street. And then the next one, 3 and 4, and what following up, you can read it on your screen. Is there any more questions, Councillor? Before I give it to Mr. Dick Naidu? Councillor Gouds?
No.
What you ask?
I'm covered with everything else, Speaker. Just clarification on the reason why the department didn't roll over those funds for us.
Yeah.
Also because there seemed to be some confusion to me with the community services, the municipal infrastructure grant. It looked like it was for the soccer field in, is it Greenhaven, yes? And then I see we are actually starting with work there. So yeah, that just led to some confusion. Thank you, Speaker.
Okay, I see the hand of Mr. Dick Naidu. Mr. Naidu, will you please come in and supply a few of your word?
Thank you, Speaker. Yes, the allocations for the soccer field project at Greenhaven was reduced by R1 million, and the other one is for the INAP funding was also reduced by R1 million. Unfortunately, we did not receive reasons. In the case of the MIG allocation, we did have a meeting with COCTA. There were concerns about the delays with the soccer field project, and but unfortunately, the approvals came in very, very late by the relevant departments, and it was really beyond the municipality's control. We indicated to them that the project was awarded, or the tender was awarded, and there's every likelihood that the project will be completed in time. And I would like to confirm that the contractor is on site, and the project is progressing well. But we will obviously have to manage with the shortfall of R1 million. That is covered in the tender, but it's really beyond the municipality's control. It was not something that was done due to some negligence on the part of any official, but they've decided, COCTA decided that our MIG allocation for the current year was too high, and they reduced it by R1 million, even though we've given them very good reasons. The INAP funding, the projects are progressing quite well. There is an amount of about R3.2 million that's allocated towards the Louis Fourie Mountain View project. Now, the Department of Human Settlements is they're doing the project on behalf of the municipalities. In other words, they're electrifying the houses, and we are in the process of completing an agreement that we will refund them as the project sort of progresses. So in this case here, R3.2 million was allocated towards that project, and but due to the reductions, only R2.2 million will be refunded to the Department of Human Settlements. So it would not affect the other electrification projects that are funded by the Department of Energy. Unfortunately, in this case, the Department of Human Settlements will have to carry the shortfall for the Mountain View project. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Dick Naidu. I appreciate what you've brought to us. Councillor Gous, are you satisfied?
I am. Thank you, Speaker, and thank you very much to Director Naidu for his comprehensive reply. I appreciate it very much.
I can see this coming up in the next financial year as well. With all these vaccinations and things that must come to light, there might be a lot of big funds that will be reversed as well, but that's only that might be a rumor. Don't take me up on that one. The next one, please, Teresa. We read E113, amendment of organogram of the Municipal Court Legal Services Department and Traffic Signs and Road Marking Section, Infrastructure Services Department. That's been that wasn't discussed with the unions, and it's on decision day. E113, can I have a proposer and a seconder that we can put this to the table, and the recommendations is in front of you.
Thank you, Speaker. Just with one change, as already mentioned in the previous resolution, the designation is Executive Manager, Community Safety. But I would propose it as such then. Thank you. With that amendment to the recommendation.
Don't say we don't have fast hands in this municipality. At the moment I saw it was highlighted, and yeah, it will be rectified. Thank you very much. Do I have a seconder for this proposal? I see the hand of Councillor Leon van Dijk.
Okay, Speaker, I second it.
Seconded by Councillor Nicholas Boyson. Thank you very much, councillors. Can we go on to the next one? This one then carries through as an unanimous vote. It's for the benefit of the way we do our governance in town. P114, approval of the amend the supply chain management organogram and make allocation for supply chain management position on the 21-22 budget. Well, it's not too late. We still have a month to do this. And it's, as this one was through the hands of the unions as well. And yeah, can I have a proposer and a seconder that we can table this one? E114.
Speaker, I'd like to propose Mark Furness.
Been proposed by Councillor Mark Furness. Do I have a seconder?
Yes, Speaker, I second. It's Councillor Annie van Rensburg.
Seconded by Councillor Annetjie. No one against it. I do see a hand from Councillor Gous. Councillor Gous.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, Speaker. I just wanted to thank the administration that we are now putting an extra 2 posts into supply chain management to deal with tenders. I know that department has been working under extreme pressure, and despite that, they have still been providing excellent work. So I just want to commend them for that. And then I just express my thanks that they are getting extra hands on board.
Thank you very much, councillors. Then, with no one against it, E114 will carry through as an unanimous vote. Councillor, that will then be the end of our day. But please remember, we will be having a meeting at 1:30 in the council room. We went through all the protocols, and we can come in, all of us. They will not be officials in a council meeting, and yeah, we will see that everyone is the distance is fine, and everything is happening as as we have had the protocols. So I will see you then at 1:30. in council. Thank you very much. This meeting will then adjourn from now. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Speaker.
much, Speaker.
Thank you.
Baie dankie.
Thank you, Speaker.
Die mense van die drankkomitee asseblief skakel net in. Dit sal op Teams wees. Ek glo so. Ja. Dankie.